One more question from this young man here.
This is for Vitaly, Bruno and Nigel. What was the hardest race you've ever driven in?
The hardest race you've ever driven in? Vitaly.
In Formula 1 or somewhere else?
Well, anywhere.
Once I driven Le Mans, 24 hours, and one guy come to me in my room at 5 o'clock and hit me, hey, wake up, go to drive. I said, fuck off, I don't want to.
He spoke Russian as well, did
It was a joke. Of course it's... no, it's not a joke, it was real. Of course, Formula 1, sometimes when you need to fight with the guys in front, like Schumacher and Vettel and Hamilton and things like this, of course, when you defend your position and you're naked, your tires, and they are behind you, I don't know really. I think Malaysia is one of hardest race because it's so much hot. Sometimes temperatures going inside of your car, it's 100 degrees, and sometimes somebody forgot to put you water in the car and you cannot drink, and this is really hard.
We'll ask you all this because Clive, you've done a little bit behind the wheel occasionally, haven't you? You've raced?
I used to race powerboats.
Exactly. So the hardest powerboat race ever was?
That was it's kind of ranks with some of Nigel's tales. This one, I did double barrel roll on the warm-up lap. Caught the water with my helmet on the second time round. Ripped all the bodywork off, but won the race. So there we go.
Well worth the pain then. Bruno, your hardest race ever. Were you colliding with a dog in Turkey?
No, that was not hard, that was sad. I think it was actually Monaco 2008 in GP2, because it was a race that I really wanted to win. And once you're leading the race and you build up a nice gap that's going to give you a cushion to the end of the race, and then something happens, there was a blockage of the circuit. So I lost all my lead to the guy who was P2, which is Pastor Maldonado, and he's really good in Monaco. So he was there right behind me for the last 15 laps, pushing, and I knew that any space that I gave, he would just go for it. So it was quite tense for a good deal of time, and even in GP2 the race is very long, but in the end it was a good result and it was worth all the effort.
Winning at Monaco is just sensational. Nigel?
Well, I think it's a fabulous question, so I'm going to answer it the best I can. Dallas, in the mid-80s when we went there, we were racing and it was so hot there, the circuit was melting. So driver's briefing was something like 5:30 in the morning and qualifying was 6:30, and Jacques Lafitte came to the circuit in his pyjamas. But the most amazing thing happened in the race. We had a great race, and on my last lap the drive shaft broke and I pushed the car, because in those days you could still push the car. And I remember pushing the car over the line, and then the lights went out. And then I remember waking up in a bed of ice, naked, with all these people around me, thinking, what on earth is going on here? But that was probably the hardest race by far I've ever done in my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, some brilliant questions for our panel today, and some great answers as well. Please put your hands together for Clive Chapman, Bruno Senna, Vitaly Petrov, and Nigel Mansell.